In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace your front strut on your Chevy Cruze. It's located behind your front wheel. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to remove our hubcap and lug nuts. If you use your gun for the hubcap, just be careful. Remove your hubcap. Now we're going to remove our lug nuts. Remove your wheel. Using an 18mm socket, we're going to take off this nut. This may turn, and if that happens, you're going to use a 9mm socket on the end with a ratchet, and that'll stabilize that while you take the nut off. But we're going to try it without. Looks like it's spinning. Remove your nut. Remove your sway bar link. Remove your wire from the bracket on the strut and set that aside. Now we're going to loosen up these nuts for these two bolts. We're going to use an 18mm socket to take the nuts off of these two bolts. You may need to hold the head still, but first I'm going to spin it in there and then I'll put the wrench on the head. I'm going to remove this foam piece. I'm going to mark the windshield with a crayon for where the windshield wipers were. And we're going to take this arm off in order to get this cowl off. Now we're going to take this cap off with a flathead screwdriver. There's a little divot over here you can fit it into, and then I'll pop that off. I'm going to use a 50mm socket and remove this nut. Hold the wiper and set that aside. Next, we're going to pick up on the arm, wiggle it, and pull off the arm. If your wiper arm won't come out of the motor, what you can use is a puller like this. This is actually for a tie rod. If it fits in there, it works out really well. I'm also going to put the nut on to help it stay in the center and not damage my stud. We're going to line this up. And I'm just going to pull it off. That makes it much easier. Now we're going to remove our cowl, pinching these tabs here and popping it up. There's also one here. So here we are, we have a pry bar holding it up. I have it on the motor, not on this post. Make sure that pry bar is not damaging anything, and make sure it's not on the windshield or anything that could break. And then I have the other end being propped up with a piece of wood. Now we're going to take these caps off. There's one here and there's one back here. Underneath is where you can have access to these bolts that are going into the strut. So let's take these two caps off. We're going to go for this one in the back first. It's a 13mm socket. I'm using a long socket so I can reach it. Remove that bolt, set it aside. I'm going to take this one off as well. And now I'm just going to loosen this one up. And as I loosen this one, The strut will fall a little bit. We're not going to take it out completely. I'll take that out the remainder of the way after I get the bolts out underneath. Now we're going to remove our bolts. You're just going to tap them out. Doing the bottom one first, and then I'll go to the top. I'm holding pressure here in case it comes forward. We are going to separate the strut and the knuckle now. So I'm going to pull this forward, turn the wheel, and then pull it out and let it just hang there. If you want, you can put a bungee cord here if you feel like it's falling too far forward, but this tie rod should hold it in place. All right, so now we're going to take our strut out, get a good hold of it, and undo the last bolt. And pull it out. Now we're going to put our new strut in, make sure it's facing the right way, and you have a guide going in the right direction, which is to the right of you. And you have one bolt already in the hole up top, ready to get started in the front. Get one bolt started. Once you have that one started, you can turn it if you need to get it lined up for the rest. Now you can start your other two. We're not going to worry about torquing these until we're at right height. Now we're going to get our knuckle in the strut. Once you get it started, you can use a punch to line everything up. And get a bolt started. Now you can get your nut started. Let's tighten up these bolts. I'll hold the head still. And do the top one. Now we're going to torque our bolts for our strut to 74 foot-pounds and then go 1/8 of a turn. So now we're going to go 1/8 of a turn. And do the same in the top. And now we'll go 1/8 of a turn. And you should be good. Now we're going to put our link back in. Get your nut started. Once you get that snugged up, we're going to torque it to 48 foot-pounds. Install your wheel. Start your lug nuts by hand. We're going to tighten these in a crisscross manner. Starting with the one on the bottom, we're going to walk the wheel up. Using a 19mm socket, we're going to torque our wheels to 100 foot-pounds. We're going to do that in a star-like manner. Make sure you take your vehicle to an alignment shop and get it aligned. Now we're going to put our hubcap on. Line your hubcap up with your valve stem and your lug nuts, like this. And then you can put these on by hand or use your gun. If you use your gun, be very careful you don't over tighten. We have our vehicle at ride height, and we're going to torque these down to 16 foot-pounds and then go another 1/8 of a turn. So let's do all 3 at 16 foot-pounds and then go 1/8 of a turn after. Okay, so now we're going to go 1/8 of a turn. Let's put these caps on. And now we can lower this down. Snap these back into place. Don't forget this one over here. We're going to put our wiper arm back on. Make sure you line it up with where it was, with your marks. I'm just going to turn it a little bit. That looks good. I'm going to stop my nut and lift it up. Push it down and tighten it down. Make sure you hold it nice and still. And it should line up. Now you can put your cap on. Let's put our foam in. I made marks earlier, so I remembered how it goes.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.